Welcome to Giddy Up, another week, and last week we managed to get Parry Colour home. That was a nice wee result for us, nice and early in the day, so we got the money and we could bank that and then just enjoy the rest of the Saturday. It was great. So we've done a wee poll this week on bet types, back win, Dutch bets, lay-in and trading, and I was quite surprised to see the results, but at the end of the day you look at it and you think the thrill that everybody likes is backing a winner, and that's the bottom line in horse racing. And if you get the thrill of putting your money down and it wins, that's the best way to do it. A wee bit more professional if you're going into Dutch betting, because that was the second in the poll that was the most sort of one that was people were interested in. And then trading and laying, but I understand exactly why trading and laying is, because everybody has a go at it. If you go into Twitter, every single person's a trader and a professional trader. Not just an ordinary trader or a light trading on Betfair, they're professional traders. And I can tell you right now from experience that as soon as somebody just jumps in trading and then they get their 21 winners in a row, which we all get, you get layers of 15 in a row, things like that, then you get your losers. And unfortunately, your bank goes very quickly unless you're organised and you've set a target and you've been disciplined. And that's how I think that most punters enjoy the thrill of backing the win. And they can decide then on their winnings. If they're not doing it professionally, they can say, right, I've got enough money for the rest of the day, I'm going to have a great weekend or whatever, however they work out their betting, and that's how we'd go ahead for there. So today we're going to have a wee look at a race at Ascot tomorrow, 2:25. I think Buzz will be favourite with Nico de Boinville and Nicky Henderson, but I reckon Time Hill, Tom O'Brien and Philip Hobbs, 11-4 an hour, 3.75. I think that'll go bigger, and that should be a good price for and that'll give us a good run. It's no early in the day, unfortunately. I can't get you started off early in the day. It's 2:25 that race, so you have to wait a wee while into your day to get into Time Hill. There's a couple on the all-weather. Ryan Moore always goes off favourite. He runs well at Lingfield, but there's a couple. I think Rab Havlin's against him early on and one. Luke Morris is in there, and there's a Botty horse running early with Zenny on it. So have a look at them if you want to go against Ryan Moore. There's a couple of good early on races that Moore will be on the favourite, but he could well be opposable. Now, I'm going to give you a wee thing, the Racing Post. Most people pick up the Racing Post or go online and think, these tipsters are experts, they're brilliant. Well, I can tell you they're absolutely hopeless. Get the most tipped horse in the Racing Post and have a look at it and see how you feel, and start following it, and you'll be skint within a week, I can tell you that. And remember, the Racing Post is always a bookie's paper. They were sticking up for themselves on Twitter during the week there, but they really haven't got any defence when it comes to it. They cover too many bases, and when you put all their tipsters together and they come up with 9 tips in a race or 6 tips in a race or 5 tips, whatever, if you have a look at that horse in the following races, you'll have a chance of winning. But these are the only races that they're successful in on a Saturday. The rest of them, they are miles, and I'm talking about a country mile behind. So if you follow these types of races, you're getting a no bad return on investment. And what I'll do, I'll just walk through them track by track, because it's probably easier. I don't know what order they'll be in race numbers. Wingfield, the first race, the most tipped in the Racing Post. It's the only race at Wingfield they're successful with, and they've got a 39% return on investment, 16 units profit and loss to that. So if you take that, you can maybe even bung them in a wee lucky 15 here, or do them singly, whatever way suits you. But I'll give you the figures so that you can decide for yourself. Lingfield, race 1, the only race that's profitable at Lingfield. The most tipped in the Racing Post, plus 16 units, 39% return on investment. Now if you go to Newcastle, they're over the jumps on Saturday. Race 4, massive race for them. For some reason, the guys in the Racing Post like this race. 4th race at Newcastle, 106% return on investment. Now you can be contrarian, I think you'll go against that, but they've got the figures, 12.74 units profit, but massive return on investment there. So that'd be a race to look at. So that's Lingfield race 1, Newcastle race 4, and then we've got to Wolverhampton at night. Race 3, 27.25 return on investment, plus 12.81 units. That's a good race to follow for the Racing Post to seem to get that one right. And race 6 to finish off your 4, 20.78 return on investment with 9 units profit. That's another successful race. But apart from that, and we've got 2 other races, I'll just give you them just so you've got them. Race 6 at Ascot, 14.66 return on investment. And Newcastle, race 2, 11% return on investment. But that's the only 6 races in the Racing Post that they get right over Saturday over the last 3 years. which is, when you start looking at that, it's always good, it's always handy, gives you a wee edge, it gives you a wee bit of insight how you should look at the race. And as I say, you could have a look at that and maybe put a lucky 15 on there, because there's 4 in there. But definitely races to look at and have a wee bit bigger bet on. Now into Australia, we had a great week in Australia last week, a few brilliant winners. The Australian racing is great on a Saturday, it really is. We've got Randwick, Eagle Farm and Flemington this week. Now I'll give you the most popular races where the favourite will win. Strongest races for the favourites. Eagle Farm race 8, Eagle Farm race 1, Randwick race 3, Randwick race 6, and I'll give you another one, Eagle Farm race 5. They're very popular for favourites, and they'll probably be doing about the odds. The odds they should be are around about 2.66, something like that, but you'll probably find you should get better odds than that. And as usual, on a Saturday, Australia, at the main tracks, usually no so much Eagle Farm, but Flemington, Randwick, 3.16. If you're above that, you're getting a good edge in the favourites, and you're miles in front on a Saturday if you're following that. But they're the races that are strong for the favourite. Race 8, Eagle Farm, race 1, Eagle Farm, race 3, Randwick, race 6, Randwick. But on Saturday, there's a few races where it's just crazy. I mean, the prices. Gypsy Goddess, 1.35, the ones we hate. But there's 3 shorties there, but the favourite should win the races. But you're touching, you're really playing low money. You've got the favourite in the first race at Randwick is 2-1, very short. It's just far too short to play it. And you've got Rose Quartz, that should win, but you've got Jamie Carr against it. That's going to be a wee bit of a hard one. But the couple that I would have a go at tomorrow, Big Bad Roy, of course, name, race 8 at Randwick, popular. Should be about 2.9, something like that tomorrow. Maybe, hopefully we get above the 3. I'd have a go at that. It's running well, won a race and run a good race again. Big Bad Roy at Randwick race 8. Eagle Farm first race. McCovey Cove, Steph Thornton. I would think I would be wanting to have a go with her. I think it's Steph Thornton, just from memory. And I would really be quite fancying that one. The big price for a jolly with Rachel King on it is race 3 at Randwick. Shelby 66, but a big field. So you'd have to have a think about that one. And a race that I really like the look of tomorrow in race 6, Nicky's Fling. It's got a claimer on it, claiming 3, and J-Mac's going to be the boy chasing it down. And J-Mac will let it go and come and get it. But Nicky's Fling, it's going to probably go to a good price, and that would probably be having a good look at the Australian stuff for tomorrow. Coming up to the Boxing Day races, absolutely brilliant. We all love the Boxing Days at Kempton and things like that, and it's a good time for racing just now, and hopefully it can avoid all the problems that football's having with the COVID stuff, and we can keep going. And it seems to have sorted itself out with the Robert Dunn incident and Bryony Frost, and there's some of the comments and statements that came out in that. People should read what they write before they start sending things out to the internet, because Alan Colley's interview was the best. That's a classic. I think that should really be up there full time. It was just crazy. And he had his support, and Bryony came out, and I think she came out the winner in the end, and she's always going to be riding for Hobbs and that anyway, so she's getting the better mounts anyway. So it's going to be hard. He's going to be training, doing some work riding for a couple of years, which is a bit harsh, but we're no the sherry drinking stewards, and we didn't make these decisions. So it'll be a good day. Saturday's always good in Australia, and the races are pointed out for you in the UK. You should get a bit of fun there, and it's good racing. Ascot, Haydock, Newcastle, Wolverhampton, brilliant racing up there on Saturday. And as I say, pick your jockeys, make sure you're solid, have your plan, and if you want to be a wee bit professional, put a couple of horses in the race, the Dutch bets, and if you want the thrill, get on your back win. There's 4 races, get on the front of the market there, and even playing away for the selections in the racing post, get your jockey that you like and have a go. It's always the best way to play, because the racing post, as I say, bookies paper, brilliant information in it, great to take information out of it, but it's a bit like time form. You couldn't follow the time form tips, you go skint. But always a good way to get your information, work on your data and things like that, so that you understand exactly where the money is and how it goes. And Betfair, the prices in Betfair are pretty accurate, and you'll see that. Always get yourself a wee bit of insurance. If you're playing with Betfair and you're not playing your bookies, get yourself a wee bit out at the bottom line. If you've had a $30 bet or a £30 bet, £50 bet, Leave yourself a low one so that if two match at 50 in a close finish, or hit yourself up at the 200 to 1 and the 400 to 1 for a short price, 25 pence, 25 cents, 50 cents, just to cover your stake if you're playing for fun on a Saturday. You'll be amazed at how often you hit it. 18.5 is a good number to hit if you're on a favourite or a second favourite, and you're amazed how many times it hits it and goes. So always like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications for any other videos. Always remember, have respect for winners as well as losers on Betfair, because we didn't want to be booming and jumping and banging and being all happy and high-fiving. If you win, just accept it and go into the next race, because if you've bet something at 2 and it's 1, it's no long before you've lost it again. And make sure you stay organised and focused and have a plan. Don't go in and just do your wages in, have a plan. Settle down, get your bet type, get your betting plan organised, and bet sensibly. Okay, I'll speak to you in the next video.